What's going on, guys? So the moment y'all been waiting for from my last video that I put out saying that I was on my way to Texas to pick up the trailer, well, here it is. So I'm gonna turn y'all around, show you the trailer just real quick, and I'm gonna turn back around to me and I'm gonna talk about my experience, everything what happened, and then I'm gonna turn around again and go over a little bit about the trailer. All right. So yeah, so I went to Texas, Madisonville, Texas, at Texas Pride headquarters, Texas Pride trailer headquarters, and I picked up the trailer there. I ordered it a couple weeks ago, and it actually got, they said, I think it was like a 7 to 10 day build, or 10 to 14 day build, I can't remember, but they said that with the 4th of July holiday that it might be a little bit longer, maybe like, you know, about a week longer. Well, it actually got ready about within the 7, 10 to 14 days build. So whenever I first ordered it, she did tell me that she would send an email telling me when they start the build. She would send me pictures throughout the build, and she would send me an email whenever the build was done. The only email I got was telling me that it was done. I don't know if that's something that, you know, they tell everybody and then they just don't do, or I don't know if it, you know, was just the because of the holidays. I don't know. I'm guessing it was probably just because of the holidays, because the 4th of July was on Friday, and then she sent me the email on Monday, so probably just because of the holidays. So got there, picked it up, and I did have a couple of small issues with it, nothing major. I think the biggest major thing that I had was basically miscommunication between myself and the salesperson. In all honesty, it was probably more my fault within the miscommunication, but I tell you, you know exactly what happened. So whenever I ordered the trailer, I ordered a 16-foot gooseneck, 16,000 pound GVWR. That was one of the basic standard. They was having the 4th of July spring sale, and that was one of the basics. I did make a couple of upgrades to it. It did come standard with a single 12,000 pound drop leg, dolly on the front, the landing gear, whatever you want to call it, and then it had one small toolbox in the front on one side of it. The one upgrade that I made was I wanted dual landing gear, so they done that, two 12,000 pound dual landing gear with a full width toolbox. That was one of the upgrades. The other upgrade that I made was the wireless remote. I had a wireless remote added. So the miscommunication came within on one of the other videos that I seen. I thought that, you know, that it came standard with the two-way gate, the barn door and the spreader gate. They whenever I talked to her on the phone, which was just once, I remember asking. She said that I didn't, but I remember asking that, does it have the two-way gate, the barn doors and spreader gate? She said yes. They, unfortunately, in the email, the text, whenever they sent the the build sheet and invoice and everything, I look back and it does not have anything on there about that. Come to find out, that's an option that you have to pay extra for the spreader gate, and I did not know that. That was a very, very big disappointment. So because I really wanted, and quite frankly I sort of really need that spreader gate. So but they said the spreader gate was an extra $400 for the option, but the only way they could do it was basically they had to redo a whole build, in order to make the trailer, look good. Now I can go back and add a spreader gate, fabricate one and stuff, but in order for them to do it, sell it like, like everything's supposed to be done, had to be a whole new build. I told them, I said, I just drove over 600 miles to come get this trailer. I can't, go back home, wait for a new build, and then come back. So what they ended up doing is they, I was getting a, what do you call it, a fifth wheel to gooseneck adapter, and so that was like $200, and so basically they just gave me that. So did it make up for it? Probably not, but better than nothing. So anyway, the other thing was, whenever I rode the tarp out, apparently they built whenever they welded the hinges on for the gate onto the side of the trailer, I guess they got just a little bit too high, because the hooks where the tarp hooks into, it wouldn't go up in there because of the barn doors. So they had to bend them up, and I'll show you that in just a second. And then really the only other thing I saw was one little paint defect, and it was like, which I understand stuff like that happens, but it was like where maybe right when they painted it, maybe a moth or something, fly, got on it, and whenever paint was still wet. So in all honesty, they should have either went and inspected it after the paint dried, or whatever, and then fixed it, but they didn't. Yes, I'm complaining a little bit, but in all honesty, I am very satisfied so far with the trailer. I have not put it to use yet, so I haven't got to that point yet. Now I have, operated everything, and I'll operate everything here with the trailer, but other than that, yeah. Whenever I got back home, I started noticing a couple other things that was not Texas Pride's fault. It was my fault. Basically not really miscommunication, because I didn't go over this stuff with them. It was this stuff that I thought was supposed to be on the trailer. I guess I was whenever I was looking at other trailers, I saw them on there, so I thought that they came on this trailer. I don't know. But again, they are options that you can add to the trailer. I just thought they came with the trailer. And one was the steps on the side towards the front, and then the other one was the drop legs for the back, so that way whenever you're loading something, you can drop those legs down, and then that way it don't pick up the front of the trailer. I thought they came on there. They didn't. So but other than that, trailer looks like it's built good. It's solid. It pulls great. I think 620 miles, back home the other day, this thing pulled amazing. And being that, and I'll show you this here in just a second, and you'll see that it does sit up a little bit higher in the front for now, because I got the fifth wheel to gooseneck adapter, and I got it on my fifth wheel. If I took my fifth wheel out and put it right on the gooseneck, then I could you know, adjust the sleeve to where it would be completely level. But as of right now, it does sit up a little bit high in the front. I'm gonna solve that a little bit. I don't know if it's gonna get it completely level, but I'll show you what I'm gonna do, and y'all stay tuned to the sort of a little bit more in the video, because I am gonna have later on one of those fifth wheel to gooseneck sleeve adapters possibly for sale. So y'all stay tuned. I'll let you know maybe when you can get it, and where you can get it, how you can get it, how you can get in contact with me, how much you want for it, all that stuff. So anyway, all right, let me turn y'all around. I'm gonna show you a little bit about the trailer, and I'm gonna show you a couple of things. I'm gonna go ahead and point out some of the things I seen. All right, so here's the back of the trailer. So the little paint defect, like I said, you can't notice it, but if you zoom or you come in, but right there's like a little moth or something got in there where it's wet. No big deal. Yeah, I know the trailer's gonna get scratched up and scuffed up and beat up and all that good mess. So don't get on here and tell me, oh, it's a dump trailer, that's what it's supposed to do. Yeah, maybe so. Let me zoom out. All right, maybe so, but guys, whenever you go and pay, you know, $11,000 for a trailer, and it don't matter whether or not it's going to get scuffed up, beat up, or whatever, you pay that kind of money straight from the factory, and you go to pull off a lot. I mean, I don't know, it may just be me, but you want it to be perfect. I mean, just like you was buying a car. So that's just me. And then as far as the tarp goes, so let me come right here and I'll show you. So see how on the door, see how it sits up just a little bit higher than this rail? What was happening is, on the tarp system, when you brought the bar back here, it, you know, it rested right there, and then it would not slide in to that slot. So what they had to do is basically pull this up, bend it up just a little bit. Now everything works good. So that's good. I have noticed a few little spots, you know, where the paint was running, like right there. There are a couple more little spots on the inside where the paint has run. But inside, I mean, as long as everything's welded good on the inside and stuff like that, then that's going to get scratched up anyway. As far as the outside, yeah, I know eventually it's going to get scratched up, but I want to keep it looking as pretty as I can for as long as I can. Like I said, I know the inside's definitely going to get scratched up, so I ain't worried about that. Tarp system works good. I love this rope right here. So, and then it also has this little slingy thing, so that way whenever you wrap it up, you can pull the little sling thing out and tighten it up. So, but let me back y'all up a little bit. So yeah, 16-foot gooseneck Texas Pride dump trailer, 16,000 pound GVWR with 2-foot walls. So it does have the stake pockets, so that way, you know, if I want to haul debris or something like that, or use it, which I am going to plan on, you know, maybe renting it out as a dumpster and make money there. I am not going to, well, I'll tell you that here in just a minute. So as far as stake pockets, put some 2x4s in there, and then you can put some like 2x12s, and that'll raise it up about a foot. Put another 2x12, it'll raise it up another foot, so you can raise it up 2 foot. So what the guy told me, 2-foot walls, 16 foot, 7 feet wide, with two 2x12, so an extra 2 feet up pretty much, then that will basically turn this into a 15 cubic yard dumpster. So I can rent it out as a 15 cubic yard dumpster. Let's see, it does have two 8,000 pound ramps that they do come standard. There's one right there slid up in there. There's another one. It does have these smoked LED lights. I love that. What I'm probably going to do is I'm going to add some more lights. Of course, y'all know me. I love my chicken lights. So I'm probably going to add some more, going down the side a little bit, maybe, I don't know. I'm definitely probably going to add me a strip, like one of the LED strips like you put under your tailgate. I'm probably going to put one across that bar right there and tie it into the lights to where, you know, they have the parking light, brake light, turn signal. So that way, because if somebody is driving back behind me, then, you know, they may not be looking down or something. Plus the lights, you know, they're sort of tucked up underneath the bed a little bit, so they may take a chance of seeing them. So I am going to add a light across that bar right there, and so that way hopefully it'll help them see me a little bit. I haven't really decided yet. I may weld me, you know, one of the oval LED, you know, boxes. I may weld one of them right here. I have to look and see here in a minute whenever I open up the gate, see if that's possible. And so that way give me a little bit more extra light up top. I don't know yet. But so I go back to the front. I'm trying to make this video quick. It's already close to 16 minutes. So it does have the telescopic lift. I love that. That way, that gives you more lift capacity on the front, in my opinion. You know, I have never had a dump trailer before, never had the scissor lift or anything like that. But guys, I have driven dump trucks for several years, and that's what they use. So it just seems like that, you know, the cylinder on the front will give it more lift capacity and easier on the cylinder than the scissor lift back here, trying to push up in the center of the trailer. That's just my opinion, but you can take it for what it's worth. So spring loaded jacks, so basically just pull the pin, push them down, and then get them down to the ground and jack it up. Whenever you get ready to release them, just pull the pin. Do not, and I repeat, do not, whenever you're pulling that pin, put your finger or anything in there. And ask me how I know. From several years ago, I didn't realize a trailer that I was pulling, you know, I thought that you pulled the pin and they was just loose up in there. Well, I found out the hard way, and I cut probably about 1/8 to 1/4 of my finger off, and it did not feel good. So let's see here. I do got to call them and ask them about the key, if there's a key to this right here, because I did not receive one. So whenever you lift the gate up, sorry the sun's glare, it does have a latch right here that holds the door up. That's nice. Here is the gooseneck sleeve, so I still have that. Here's some of the paperwork. They did give me some more paint. So here's the battery. Let's see. There's an inline fuse for something. I don't know exactly what it goes for. I do need to get in here and clean some of this up. And so here's the wireless remote. So it has a toggle switch right here, on and off. Here it has 2 antennas for the wireless remote. There's one, and there's one right there, and they're both magnetic. Guys, we tested this out the first time that they had ever seen this, and I got 60 paces. So whatever that in my steps. I don't forgot how many paces or how many steps I got to one pace, but I'm gonna say roughly 75 to 80 feet that I got away from this thing, and it was still working. So here's your pump. Here's your wired remote for the lift. Here's your hydraulic fluid reservoir tank. And so yeah, so everything's on that one side, and I can take this out, guys. I can keep chains, straps, whatever I want in here. One thing, so as far as charging the battery, it does have I believe it's a 5 amp trickle charger. So you just pull the latch up, and just your standard extension cord you plug up. Supposedly what they said is that whenever the battery detects that it's fully charged, that it will shut this off, and so that way it will not overcharge your battery. So I like that. And let's see, so the tarp system, so one thing I like about the remote, or the rope, then just undo this, pull that back, and as you can see, it's tied right there in the center. So see if I can do this with one hand, guys. Let's see. Yeah, so pull that up, just loosen that back. All right, let's see if I can't. See, guys, I'm trying to do this one hand. I wish I had somebody else here to hold the camera for me. That would be pretty good. So all right, so move that around, then bring the rope back here at the back. And it does, well, I think I forgot to unlatch it, so. There we go. All right. So yeah, got the rope, and basically just pull it back, and then just put the rails inside that slot. Then you come up here, and let's see here, this thing was supposed to, how do I do this? Yeah, so basically just pull back, it's like spring loaded, turn it, it'll lock in, so that way it'll have a handle. So you'll just lock it up there like that, pull that back, and I think that's supposed to lock it into place, I believe. All right, and then so yeah, so that gets that tight, and it has little eyelets all the way down through it, so that way you can put bungee straps and keep it tight on the sides. And then your rope, you got a hook right here, you got a hook right here, so that way you can take your rope and secure it, tie it down. All right, so I'll get that in just a minute. So it does have like the little rails right here to, you know, keep it even, so that way it's not gonna slide off. So sometimes I did notice they will catch in here, so you just have to try to pull it even. So if you use rope instead of, you know, the bungee straps, or if you're not using the tarp and you just want rope to, you know, throw over stuff, tie it down, it's got these little hooks right here. So let's see, of course, the DOT reflective tape. Guys, these are probably not, you know, the best tires, it's just what comes on it, but they are Road Guider ST radials. Let's see here, see if I can't, see if y'all can't read that, but so they are 235 85 16s. I'm trying to find the ply. Do-do-do-do. 14 ply tires. So that's what comes on it. And guys, they got grease points all over the place. So yeah. All right, let me turn y'all back around to me. All right, so we're fixing to raise it up. As far as the wireless remote goes, this is what it comes with, a little wireless remote. It has a little key thing right there. It does not come with a key or a lanyard or anything like that. That would be nice if they did, you know, maybe a Texas Pride lanyard. That would be nice if they done something like that, but they don't. So I ordered me a lanyard. Should be here next week. Right now I just got it on, you know, one of my dog tags chains. So that way I don't lose it. Because I will tell you, if you do not put this thing on a lanyard or something, you will lay it down and you will forget it. Because my experience was I almost lost this the very first day I got it. So whenever we was walking, looking through the trailer, I was messing around with the remote. I set it down on the back of the truck and I forgot about it. So I got down the road probably, I don't know, 60, 70 miles, and I remembered it. And I was like, oh crap. So I pulled over, went and looked at the bed of the truck. It was not there. And I was sitting there thinking, oh my Lord, I done lost the remote before I even got home. Luckily, one of the guys that was, you know, inspecting or showing me the trailer and everything, he did pick it up and put it back in that bag that was in the toolbox. So I'm grateful for that. Speaking of those guys, the two guys that went over everything with me, they was awesome, excellent. As far as everybody in the office, whenever I picked it up, they was awesome. Very polite, very good customer service, everything. As far as that goes, guys, I have absolutely no complaints whatsoever. Texas Pride, as far as customer service, at least in y'all's office in Texas at the headquarters, awesome job. As far as the people in the plant building them, I think they could, go back and inspect it a little bit more before they turn it loose to the customer. I do think that, but as far as customer service in the office, excellent. As far as any warranty issues, I don't know yet. I've heard mostly good things and I've heard some bad things, but what they told me, it's got 1 year warranty, basically bumper to bumper, 1 year warranty of anything on the trailer, unless it was, something basically proven to be my fault that was tore up. So basically I overloaded it or something like that. So they said that, being so far away, that what they would do is, so if it was something, simple like a hinge or something like that, they would basically just mail me the part. If it was something that like had to be taken to a shop and redone, then basically I would go get a quote, and I think they said I would basically pay for it to get it fixed, send them the receipt, they would reimburse me. That's how the warranty works. If it was something really, really major to where it had to come back here, then what they would do is, like if they had a transporter or something like that, whether or not it had to go back on a trailer or whether or not it could be pulled, that they would basically come pick it up and then bring it back to Texas, fix it, and then whenever it's done, then they would bring it back to me. So hopefully they stand behind the warranty. Guys, any of these things that I'm talking about on this Texas Pride trailer, if you have the Texas Pride trailer, ever had one, if you ever dealt with customer service, you ever dealt with warranty issues, anything like that, leave it in the comments and let me know. That way it'll give me an idea what I'm looking forward to, and anybody else out there that's looking for a Texas Pride trailer, it will let them know. So I did tell them that, if everything works out with this is good, and I'm satisfied with it, it holds up good and turns out to be a great trailer, maybe by the end of the year, I don't know, depending on how business goes, then I may invest in a, you know, a 12 or a 14 foot bumper pull and just, you know, rent it out as a dumpster. And then maybe next year, what I've really been wanting to get into for a long time is the roll-off dumpsters. So so I may invest in that. Depends on how everything goes with this trailer. So far, all the research I've done, I love the trailer. So all right, I'm going to turn y'all around and I'm going to show y'all lifting up. So make sure y'all zoomed out here and me getting the shade so that way it's not a big old glare. So like I said, I got the remote around my neck, and I do have to turn. All right, so hit that little toggle switch. On the remote, there is a little switch right there that you gotta turn also. And let me see if I can take this off so I can show you what buttons I'm pushing. Give me just a second, guys, I'm sorry. Getting this tied up in my glasses here. All right, so there's your up, and there's your down. It is gravity fed down, so we're gonna go up with it. And guys, you can let it up with the tarp still over it. So far it's been, I don't know, about what, 15 seconds? You can hear the sound in the change whenever it went to that other stage. I think it's fixing to hit the other stage. There it goes. And whenever you hear that, then that's pretty much all the way done. So I have heard with a telescopic that, you know, you do get a little bit of sway. It's like if you were spreading gravel. Then as far as that goes, I pulled it, you know, down the little driveway right here just a little bit. Guys, in all honesty, I really didn't feel that much of a sway. Versus, you know, a telescopic. I mean, not a telescopic, but scissor lift. So while we got it up, I'll show you a little bit up underneath. All your wiring is loomed, except for a piece of that one right there, but that's a plug. Y'all can see, I don't want to get up underneath it, and I'll show you a safety thing. So there's your axles. Has two 8,000-pound axles. It does have brakes on both axles. So there's your ramps. Has I-beams, what is that, that looks like every 16 inches. Or is that every 16 or 2 feet? I'm not really sure. Let's see. I got a tape measure right here. We'll check. Yeah. Yep, every 16 inches on center it has a cross member, so that's good. Most places they do every 2 feet. I like that, every 16 inches. So yeah, I think that's real good. If your cylinder ever goes bad, it is easy. So you just got some bolts right there, take them out. You got bolts up there at the top, and so you let them out. All right, I'm gonna show y'all letting it back down. You just hit the button. Like I said, it is gravity fed down. Comes down pretty quick. Guys, keep in mind that whenever I was raising it, then you got a load on it. It may, I'm not sure how much longer it's going to take, but I'm pretty sure it is going to take just a little bit longer. Now, whenever it gets to that first stage right there, it does slow down, coming back down. And I'm going to show y'all something right here too. So if you're loading a tractor or something like that up in here, so you got this hook right here, then you got a chain right here. So if you're loading a skid steer, mini excavator, tractor, anything like that, you can take this chain, hook it in that hook right there, and that will keep, you know, whenever you got all the weight on the back, keep the weight of, you know, the trailer coming up and pulling the cylinder up. Just be sure whenever you get ready to, if you're actually going to dump, be sure you undo that chain. So I'm gonna, hold on, I got one more other thing to show you real quick. So the little safety thing. Set this right here, maybe I won't forget it. So you got this right here, and then yeah, so you got that little rail right there that comes up. And guys, you may need 2 hands. Let this down, let me see how it works. So set that right there. Yeah, all right, so going in there. So, boom, bottom's out. So this right here, so that way, if you're having to get up underneath it and work on it, you're having to, say if you're having to be in there and taking the cylinder out or something like that, then you got this safety bar. So that way, if the cylinder ever breaks, if whenever you disconnect the cylinder or whatever, then the actual bed of the trailer is not going to fall down on you. So I like that, which I think most of them, they come standard like that anyway. So and then it has like a little pocket right here that this bar sits up in. Another thing that's good for is, guys, if you're not using the trailer for a while and you know, and it's raining, well, if the trailer's just sitting on, say, level ground, then all your water, whenever it rains, is just going to sit inside this bed, and it's eventually going to rust. So put that up, raise it up, and then, because if you just raise it up and just let it sit there, eventually, you know, you're putting more pressure on the cylinder. So that way it's going to leak down and probably wear out faster. I don't know, but it is definitely going to leak down over time. So put this up and just keep it that way. So that way whenever it rains, all the water automatically goes back that way. So, all right, so I'm going to stop the video for just a second. So that way I'm not just wasting time. I'm going to raise it back up, take that bar back out, then let the tarp back up, and then I'm going to show you the gate. All right, guys, so hopefully y'all can see it, everything. Got my ram mount and everything mounted up, so that way I'm sort of hands-free. Hopefully y'all can still hear me good. So basically on the door, you got this little latch right here, this little pin. Pull that up, just like your regular old doors. Pull that out, and then got some little paint, welding, stuff like that in there, and then got a bunch of pine needles anyway. But so that's the way it opens up. Now I'll show you here in just a second what I was talking about, the spreader gate. But hopefully y'all can see. Let's see. Yeah. All right, I'm gonna take the camera for just a second, and hopefully, let me pull that out. All right. So you got these little, let's see, yeah. So you got these little pins right here, and basically it's spring loaded. And what they'll do, they'll come back and they'll catch right here. So hopefully I can get that and show it. I think I'm getting it good, so, because I can't really see, guys. Sorry about all the moving around. All right, there we go. So pull that back, and then what it does, pull it back, and it automatically catches. So I was talking about putting the light right up there. I'm probably not going to be able to do that. So see, they latch right there. See if y'all can see that. Yeah. So do the same thing on both sides. So that way, the door is not going to pull whenever you dump it up. You get ready to release it, come over here, pull that pin, and sort of maneuver the door around. I got to have two hands. Yeah. So it releases it from right there. Now guys, that is going to get scratched up, unfortunately, but I guess it is what it is. So then you just pull that around right there. Let me set y'all up back here. All right. Basically, come back, close it in. Put your passenger side in first. Put this side up. Make sure it latches up. Back. Put your pin back in. And that ain't good. That just broke. Or it came off. See if I can't fix this without getting my fingers all caught in it. Alright. I'm going to fix that later. That right there broke. It's supposed to go in there. Guys, I'm not saying that's Texas Pride's fault. Probably not. Just a defect in one of these. But, and I'm sure it was working good whenever they showed me. I mean, it was working good just a while ago. I don't know what caused the break, but anyway, you can get these things pretty cheap, pretty much anywhere. But in all honesty, I don't think that's Texas Pride's fault. So I'm not going to put them down for that. But anyway, so take the phone back out. And I'm going to turn y'all back around. Alright. So as far as the spreader gate, and after I get done explaining this, I'll throw up some pictures of another trailer that I took some pictures of on the spreader gate, and I'll show you basically what I'm explaining. So as far as the barn doors, you got this right here, and then you got your hinges. Your hinges are welded to the trailer part. So whenever you open it up, it swings out. So what gives you the option to have barn doors and a spreader gate? From what I can see and what, you know, I sort of visioned in my mind, the pictures I took is, so right here, you would have a bigger bracket right here. And then it would come up, and then, so basically they take this some more 2x2 tubing like this right here, and they basically make a whole frame, basically the size of this tailgate, pretty much the whole tailgate. And then they would have, then it would be on a like a swivel bracket right up here, and then so that would allow it to, you know, swivel like that to basically do a spreader gate. Down here they would have a chain come by and hook somewhere in here, so that way you can put however many links you want it to spread open. And then your barn doors, the brackets would be welded. So basically you'd have your spreader gate right here, and then so basically it would be this part right here, this whole part. Just take out the brackets for a second in your mind. So you'd have that piece. Then you would have your barn doors come out to about right here, and then this bracket would be welded on to your spreader gate, not to the trailer. Does that make sense? All right. So that way you can open up the barn doors and keep the spreader gate locked, or you can keep the barn doors locked and open up your spreader gate. So Then they were supposed to, on the spreader gate, they would reinforce, you know, back here, so that way whenever it comes out, or whenever you're using a spreader gate and all that rock comes back and hits that gate, then it's not going to bulge out, you know, the door right here. And so all these, you know, like this lock piece right here, this piece right here would not be welded to the rub rail as far on the where you put your ramps, because this right here is where you put your ramps. So it would be welded onto the spreader gate. Hope that makes sense. So I'm going to show you, I'm going to add some pictures in here right now. Alright, so I know it's a little bit long video, but hopefully I enjoyed it. Hopefully I explained a little bit. I'm gonna turn y'all around and show you one more thing, then I'll pretty much be done. Alright, so as y'all can see, it is sitting up a little bit high in the front, and the reason for that is because I got the gooseneck adapter, fifth wheel to gooseneck adapter, and I got it on my fifth wheel. So normally my fifth wheel, it has 3 slots, and normally I keep it in the middle whenever I'm hauling campers, because it just gives me that good height, plus it still allows me to open up my door, my toolboxes. Right now it's sitting in the very low spot. That is the position whenever I pulled that horse trailer to Las Vegas, Nevada. I used a fifth wheel adapter on it. So the difference in the fifth wheel adapter, the one that I got and the one that I'm fixing to get, and I'm probably going to sell this one. So so that one right there, it has the square plate, and then it has the angle little trusses going up, and basically that's for extra support. I think that's a great idea. That's probably a lot stronger than the one I'm looking at. But of course, at the same time, the one I'm looking at is supposed to be ready for 30,000 pounds. And the guys, I'm never going to pull 30,000 pounds with this thing. So the one that I'm looking at, it has a round plate, and then it does not have those little angled trusses right there. So therefore, it would allow the tube of the gooseneck part on the trailer to slide down probably another 3 to 4 inches, and then get it lower. So that way, that would probably get that lower. Now, what I would have to do is, on the tube itself, I would probably have to cut out about probably 3, 4, 5, 6 inches of the top. Not on the tube of the trailer, but on the adapter itself. But because otherwise, it's going to bottom out or top out right there, and it's basically going to be the same height. So in order to get it to go all the way down, I'm gonna have to cut some off of the new one that I get. And that should bring it down and get it pretty much level. One thing I was worried about and thinking about as far as the tires, you know, being unlevel, that I'm putting more weight on the rear axle, but in all honesty, I do not think so. And let me bend down and I'll show you, because if you will look, see the gap right there and the gap right there, I got more gap. So as far as the axles, because of the springs and everything, I don't know exactly what kind of springs are called, but you know, they flex. So as far as the axles, I believe all that weight is equaling out on both axles. If I'm wrong, leave it in the comments and correct me, because that's just what I believe. From what I'm looking, because looking at the axles, they look level, even though the trailer in the front is sitting up a little bit higher. So leave it in the comments and let me know if I'm wrong. But yeah, if I do that, then that should drop it down a little bit. If that doesn't work, because I really don't want to take the fifth wheel out. I want to keep the fifth wheel because, one, it's easier to hook up. I think, me personally, I think it rides better. And then plus, I don't want to be, you know, in between doing this and hauling campers or whatever, I don't want to be swapping back and forth, putting my fifth wheel in and out. So what I could do is right about there, right below, not probably like halfway in between the bottom of the tube right here and the hole, about halfway in between there, cut that all the way around. Just take that little piece out, take about about an inch or so out. That way that would drop it down even more, and I would still be able to put my pin in. I still got my jam nuts right up there. So guys, let me know if you think that would work. That's going to be a last option, because I do not want to start cutting on this trailer and take attention on voiding the warranty. As far as the spreader gate, I got to call the warranty department and basically explain to them, hey, you know, whenever I ordered this, there was miscommunication. I thought that it was supposed to come with a spreader gate. It didn't. And, you know, explain to them that, you know, if I was to put a spreader gate on it, of course, it's not going to affect the integrity of the trailer, the structure of the trailer, you know, the frame, anything like that. I'm not cutting anything on that part. To be honest with you, I'm not cutting anything. I'm just adding to it and basically re-welding another bracket back here on the back. So I just want to make sure, if I do that, is that going to void my warranty? If it is, then I will wait till my 1-year warranty's up, and then I will do it then. So hold on one second, let me wipe this sweat off my glasses. I barely can see. Sorry about that, guys. I ain't got my little do-rag thing on, so I got sweat running down in my face. As I've told y'all before, guys, I sweat a lot. So if I can't do that, then what I am thinking about doing, let me get these gates and put them up. So I'm thinking about rigging something up, and hopefully that will work. I don't know if it will or not, but I'm gonna try it. So, turn y'all around, zoom y'all back out. So weld me a piece of flat plate on this, and then let it come out probably about 2 inches on each side. Drill me some holes in it, and then take me a 2x12, then have it to link, you know, where it's flush on each side, right over here. Run it across, and then have my holes drilled to where I can screw it in or bolt it in, whatever I'm gonna do, and onto that piece of flat steel. And then have different holes set up to where I can raise it at different heights. So if I want to have a 2-inch gap or a 3-inch gap or whatever I want, have that right there. So that way I open up my barn doors, I got my 2x4 or my 2x12 right here with my gap. Then I got my rock up there, so I lift up, the rock's gonna come by, and yes, it probably is gonna, you know, come over the top and spill out. I'm aware of that, but as long as I don't lift it completely all the way up and, you know, start going that way, because I have spread, you know, with a regular dump trailer before, not with the gooseneck dump trailer, but with an 18-wheeler dump trailer. So lift that up, that way all the rocks can come by. It's going to hit that 2x12. Hopefully the weight of the rock won't break the 2x12. We're going to have to test it out and see. But that way it's going to have the gap on the bottom. Then with my wireless remote here, I can be in the truck driving, raising it up at the same time, and basically spreading the rock. Guys, leave it in the comment if you think that'll work, or if you've ever come up with a different idea, if you've ever made your own spreader gate. And but in all honesty, I think that'll work. So and I don't think it's going to get in the way of whenever I shut my door, because there is a little bit of gap right here, so I think that'll be fine. The only thing that I think that will that it would get in the way of is, like I said, it will stick out, you know, a couple of inches right here. So if I'm hauling, you know, debris, or you know, I put it out as a dumpster rental, and people put their you know, garbage and stuff like that back up in there. And well, of course, I wouldn't have the 2x12 there then, but these pieces right here would still be sticking out a couple of inches on each side. So whenever I go to dump that trash or debris, then it could get hung up right here. But I'm willing to take that little bit of a loss to, you know, come back here and clean all that stuff out, and if I can get a spreader gate. Cause, turn y'all back around. Guys, I'm so sorry this video is getting long, but I just wanted to go over the trailer with you. So, and explain everything, my reasoning, all that stuff. So, they, then lost my train of thought now. So, but yeah, the reason I want a spreader gate is because mostly what I'm planning on doing with this thing is hauling gravel, you know, to customers that don't need a full 18-wheeler load of gravel, or maybe they can't get an 18-wheeler load into where they want to get their gravel hauled. Well, I can have 18-wheeler loads worth of gravel hauled in here, and then I can now distribute that out to them. Yes, an 18-wheeler load can have like 22, 23 tons, depending on how heavy the trailer is. But with this, I can haul about 5 to 5.5 tons, and that would max this trailer out. So it won't overload it, but it will max it out. I'm sure this trailer will take probably more than that. I've seen it done, but I don't want to destroy an $11,000 trailer just because I want to act stupid and haul more weight. So I'm going to keep it at about 5 tons. That's going to be my limit. So people want less than that, I give them less. But 5 tons is all they're going to get on that trailer right there. So, so that's the reason that I want that. And well, the reason I want it is because without the spreader gate, guys, I only got my one tractor. Now, if I had another tractor, or say a skid steer or something like that, that would be different a little bit. But in this case, without the spreader gate, and say if somebody wanted it spread and smoothed out, well, I have to use my tractor too. Well, so now, say if they want 2 loads of gravel, or they want 3 loads, and they want each one of them spread. Well, what I have to do now without the spreader gate is I have to have my tractor here, so that way I can load the gravel onto the trailer. Then I have to take it to the customer's house or wherever, dump it, come back, load up another load, take it back to their house, whatever, dump it. Same thing, if 2, 3, 4, however many loads they got. Then whenever I'm done, then I have to come back, either load the trailer up into the tractor into the dump trailer, or put it on my other trailer over there. Now go back to their place again with the tractor. Now smooth it all out. Whereas if I had the spreader gate, I wouldn't even need my tractor except for to load it here. So, so it's going to want to do one or two things. It's either going to cost me customers if they want it spread like that, or yes, I could upcharge a little bit and say that, you know, hey, I can spread it with the tractor and stuff like that, but you know, it's going to cost a little bit extra since I'm having to use the tractor. They could say yes, okay, go right ahead. Or they could say, well, no, I got this other guy that he can spread it, and so I'm just going to go with him. So now I just lost a customer. So either I can upcharge it and take that chance, or I can just include that loss, you know, of having to come back, load up the tractor, go back, use the fuel and everything in the tractor and wear and tear to spread it. I can take that loss included in the cost of the gravel. I don't know. If y'all do this kind of stuff and you do not have a spreader gate, you got a tractor and that's the way you do it, let me know how that works out. So I am getting, you know, new to this. Like I said, as far as driving truck, dump truck, all that stuff, no. I got several years experience doing that. As far as doing this, you know, as far as myself as a business, doing little small driveway, stuff like that, driveway repairs, all that kind of mess, then yeah, I'm new to it. I have done driveway repairs, so y'all get what I'm saying. Anyway, but as far as the dump trailer doing that, yes, I am new to that. So but whenever I'm not using the trailer as far as hauling gravel and stuff like that, then like I said, I plan on renting it out and to customers and renting it out as a dumpster. I'm not talking about where like these trailer rental places where somebody comes, picks up the trailer, and they take it for a day or two or however long they want, and then they do whatever they want to, and dragging it around, beating it up, all that kind of stuff, and then whenever they're done with it, they bring it back. No, nobody's pulling this trailer except for me. What I'm talking about doing is just like a dumpster. It'll be a driveway safe dumpster because it has wheels. So I'm not letting, metal scrape down on somebody's driveway, whatever. So, I'm talking about taking it. Somebody wants a dumpster, clean out their stuff. I will take the trailer to their house. I will drop it off. I will remove the adapter and all that stuff so nobody can steal it. Probably, maybe lock up the wheels or lock up everything. Get it secure so nobody can steal it. They fill it up. Then whenever they're done filling it up, I will come pick it up and I will take it to the landfill and dump it. So I'm not going to tell you exactly what my business name is going to be for it just yet. I still got to put some decals and stickers and all that stuff on it. I will tell you what I'm thinking about my little slogan to be though. So that way it sort of rhymes. So, you hump it, we dump it. So basically, you hump it. If those of you that's ever been in the military, you guys know what I'm talking about. So you hump it, basically you load it, and then we'll come pick it up and we'll dump it. So what y'all think? Let me know. I think it's sort of catchy if you ask me. But anyway, guys, I am so sorry this video went so long. Y'all know how I am when I start getting rambling. But I hope most of y'all stay tuned and finish watching it. As far as the adapter goes, whenever my new one comes in, I'm fixing to get ready to order it here in just a little bit. It should be in next week. And I'm thinking about selling that one for the price that I paid for the new one. I'm sorry guys, I can't really afford to give it away. I wish I could. But I don't have no use for two of them. And yes, I know I got that one, for free basically, but being I'm having to go buy another one that, I probably didn't have to buy. Well, I sort of need to refund myself to buy that one. If you guys understand what I'm saying. So, but if you're interested in that one, it's for a 4-inch round tube. It does have the holes already drilled all the way in it. It has not been painted yet. I've seen, some of the ones, because the one I'm probably going to order, it's been powder coated, painted and stuff like that. So I'm probably going to have to scrape all that powder coat and stuff off to get it slide up in there. Because I've heard with all that paint, people's had trouble with, not being able to go up in there all the way. Or whenever you get them in there, you got to beat them back out because of all the paint. But if you're interested in it, you want it painted, I will put a light coat of paint on it and, prime it, paint it and stuff like that, just to keep it from rusting and all that good mess. As far as the powder coat, to make it thicker and all that stuff, I think you're just going to run into problems, trying to get it up in there. And then plus I can't powder coat and all that stuff. But if you're interested in it, I will prime it and I will paint it. And then shoot me an email, leave it in the comments if you're interested, and we will figure something out. Whenever we're both on the road and we cross paths, then I will carry it with me and we can meet up somewhere and let you get it then. If you're down here in North Mississippi area, hit me up. Maybe I can meet you somewhere. Or if you're coming, across Interstate 22 right here around, you know, New Albany, Sherman, especially, you know, Belden, Tupelo area, hit me up and I will meet you, and you can pick it up. But I'm wanting $200 for it. So like I said, I believe that thing is a very, very well built, strong. It's not one you're gonna get off Amazon. The one that I'm getting, yes, it is off Amazon. I think it's $199, so $200. Excuse me, I got a little bug in my throat. But I think that one's a whole lot stronger built because it has them little angle trusses on the side, or whatever you call them. That gives it a whole lot more support. So if you're a hot shot driver or something like that, or you do power only hot shot and you want one, then hit me up and we'll figure something out. So, but guys, I appreciate y'all staying tuned. Hope y'all enjoyed the trailer. Y'all hit that bell or hit that like, share, subscribe button. Leave me a comment. Again, leave me a comment if you've had a Texas Pride trailer, if you got one, if you've had one, if you've had any issues out of it, what I should look forward to, if it's been a good trailer. Let me know the good, bad, and ugly about it. If you ever dealt with a warranty department, let me know how that is. Hopefully I won't never have that issue. I plan on taking care of the trailer. Now if you've gotten out here and just overloaded your trailer and abused it and all that stuff, and it breaks, and then you try to get the warranty stuff to fix it and all that good mess, and they refuse and stuff like that, guys, don't even bother about leaving me a comment, because in all honesty, that's your own fault, because you're the one that broke the trailer. So, but if you've never overloaded the trailer and it was a defect, something went wrong, say your pump went bad, say the cylinder went bad, or the axle or something broke, and like I said again, you did not overload it, and then you had to deal with warranty, let me know how that worked out for you. So again, hopefully I won't have any of those troubles. Eventually I know I will, but hopefully it'll be years down the road. So again, like, share, subscribe, hit that bell notification, leave me a comment, and guys, I will be doing more videos of this. Plan on doing a video loading my tractor with the bucket, with the box blade, and just see what all I can get put in there, and all that good mess. And then whenever I get gravel and start doing stuff like that, I'm gonna start doing videos showing you that. I'm gonna show you the video whenever I rig me up a spreader gate, however I decide to go, and all that good mess. So y'all stay tuned for them future videos. Guys, I really appreciate you sticking with me. I know it's a little bit of content change. I am still doing campers a little bit on the side. I'm not deleting from there, but this is just something I'm wanting to start doing a little bit around here, and see where this takes me. If this takes me further and grow my business there, then I'll possibly release from pulling campers. I don't know yet, but right now campers is sort of a backup. This is what I'm sort of focusing on right now. So I've been wanting one for a long time, and guys, I got a lot of junk around here. I got to clean that trailer out right there. I got to clean that out. I got to clean my shop out down there. Then I got junk just laying all over the place that I got to clean up. That dump trailer is going to come in very, very handy, because that way I can load all this stuff, just throw it in there. Then whenever I take it to landfill, I ain't got to sit there and unload it by hand. I can just hit that button, raise it up, dump it, and I'm on my way. So that's one thing I love about it. But guys, y'all wish me luck into my new adventure, and hopefully everything works out. So we will get back with y'all on the next one. So as always, y'all be safe. Semper Fi.